telling me Steve Harvey and P. Diddy had relations, and for the past 25 years, P. Diddy has been blackmailing Steve Harvey.
Because I'm so quiet, there's been so many stories that have been made up about me. Like I've seen stories about me being like fully in love with somebody and we have like this whole relationship, and I'll see the guy and I'm like, I've actually never even met him before.
No.
Steve Harvey is going down with the diddler. My sources very close to me told me about 25 years ago, Steve Harvey went to a freak off.
No party either, because you think you're gonna run into your church group or something. This is for the baby's bottom, not for the grown-up's bottom. I'm just saying.
My weapon of choice.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all.
Baby oil it just go with everything. You can get baby oil on pizza. I done got it on pizza before. You taste it, you can't even hardly taste it. I had baby oil all around my mouth before. I don't even know it's on there. It's just a baby oil type night. It's just baby oil. All right. Praise the Lord, baby oil.
You knew these parties were not okay. They weren't freak-offs. They were satanic ritual orgies. Get it straight. It wasn't just adults in these parties. The adults were responsible for the child slaves that were in the party. And one of those children were me.
Cat Williams is more than simply a comic. He is a guy who became famous for exposing the seedier side of Hollywood. He is known for saying the hard things that other people try to avoid. Cat is now making her claims about the comedy industry's inner circle, namely about Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Ricky Smiley. The guys are reportedly terrified of Cat Williams, not because he is violent, but because he knows too much, a sentiment expressed even by Samuel L. Jackson.
You know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is? Is to act like it didn't happen.
Def Comedy Jam 25. It's good to see so many funny people together in one room, all wondering the same thing. Is Cat Williams gonna show up?
Nervous as hell right now.
Or take the praise for what it is, or understand that, okay, if I do this, it's gonna be more trouble than it's worth.
That's right.
So I'm on with him.
Samuel Jackson. We was in Portofino, we had finished dinner one time. We walking back to go get on this boat. Hey, you're Samuel Jackson, I wanna take a picture.
There may be more to this tale than anybody is ready to accept, given Cat's recent comments linking Steve Harvey to Diddy's purported recordings and his general reluctance to back down. It started in Detroit during a legendary comedic showdown that has gotten everyone talking. Nearly 10,000 spectators entered the stadium to see the championship of stand-up comedy between Steve Harvey and Cat Williams. The night was fantastic, and both comedians came prepared. It became immediately apparent that Cat Williams was on a whole other level as the jokes began to fly. People were immediately rooting for him because of his impeccable timing, self-assurance, and witty repartee. When Cat started insulting Steve Harvey's hair...
Well, one of my biggest issues is the people that see themselves weirdly in cases like this. And what they want and what they say are two different things. What they say is, I never want to see a black man go to jail. And I never want, and the reality is a lot of people that fall in line with that, or whether it's the Tories and, the Bill Cosbys, they don't want redemption and they don't want equality. They want the same privilege to get away with those type of things. That's what they really want. That's what they see in themselves. So removing just the Diddy of it all, I get tired of people that take on these cases as some kind of redemption for themselves. It's like, look, bro, you do horrible things to individuals and you are a serial fill in the blank, whether that's, in all these cases, and it's varying degrees of things that usually happen towards women. You guys don't want equality, guys. You want the same privilege as oppressors. And a lot of times You don't even want to sit on the table. You're willing to sit on the floor as long as you can be in a room and impress other people. You know, so you guys can sell me with I just want a black man, and like I don't want that. I want abusers to pay for their consequences, and there's many levels of abusers.
The streets are talking, and the streets are saying that Steve might be in panic mode. If you watch my last video about Steve, you would know that Steve pimped out Lori Harvey to Diddy, allegedly. Well, word on the street is that Steve had been trying to do so for some time now, and the opportunity finally arose after the passing of Kim Porter. But this is how wicked Steve actually is. You see, Lori and Kim had a pretty close bond when she was alive, and even after Kim's passing, Lori paid tribute to Kim on social media. She wrote, "Having a hard time processing this one. You were such a beautiful person inside and out. Thank you for always being so sweet and loving to me. I'm so glad I told you how much I loved and missed you last time I saw you. Your energy was truly something special. An angel on earth and now in heaven. R.I.P. Mama Kim." Now, giving Lori's friendship with Kim Porter, it's crazy that she would enter a relationship with Diddy just 5 months after her passing. That's what a villain would do.
2019, and the internet is losing its mind. Diddy, who was then 49, and Lori Harvey, a fresh-faced 22-year-old, are spotted everywhere together. Italy, New York Soho, Malibu dinners, you name it. They're there together. Paparazzi catch them strolling like a couple, and the blogs, well, they go wild. A 27-year age gap? That alone raises eyebrows. But then reports drop that they're rocking matching outfits. Matching outfits, people. Like, who does that unless they're trying to scream, "We're together"? But here's the kicker. Steve Harvey, Lori's stepdad, is chilling with them in Italy while this is all going on. Why is Steve, Diddy's buddy since 2005, cool with his stepdaughter cozying up to a man twice her age? Something is not adding up, and the internet smelled it a mile away.
Diddy and Lori Harvey, they're heating things up in Italy. Notice her arm is on the back of his chair.
One thing about Lori Harvey is that her dating life is always gonna make headlines, cause that girl knows how to pick and choose her men. She has been in a lot of high profile relationships, and as a result of that, there have been a lot of weird rumors about her. And she's the type of person who usually doesn't address rumors online, so there are some wild, unchecked rumors about her that are still spreading. Lori's very long list of exes includes soccer player Memphis Depay, rapper Future, Michael B. Jordan, Trey Songz, Diddy's son Justin Combs, and then Diddy himself. All of her relationships have been pretty public, but her rumored relationship with Diddy raised a lot of eyebrows because she had dated his son only a year before. She and Diddy were slammed for being disgraceful. Lori was labeled an HOE, and it was just a mess.
Was Lori Harvey passed around? Guys, fast forward to 2025, and the rumors have gotten nasty. They've been nasty for a while. But people are posting all types of claims, with some saying that Lori Harvey was passed around in Hollywood, while others whisper that she was sold to Diddy. Yes, you heard that right, sold. These are unverified, but the fact that people are even saying this shows how shady this whole thing looks. And then there's the Justin Combs angle. Rumors swirled back in 2018 that Lori was dating Diddy's son, Justin Combs, because their families were so tight. Diddy and Steve go way back, guys. So this is not a stretch, right? Like, I don't think it is. But Lori then shut it down in 2023 in an E! News interview saying, "I've heard I dated a father and son before. Absolutely not true." Okay, Lori. But then why do these rumors keep sticking? Why all the pictures and you very, very snuggled up to Diddy wearing matching outfits? To me, this is screaming a cover-up.
After the event, Harvey began moving away from stand-up, concentrating instead on television hosting. Many feel it was no coincidence, but the consequence of shame and a lack of confidence. Cat Williams became the icon of daring humor, whereas Harvey became a figure of caution and control.
Well, Clive Davis, yeah, that's the monster. And the head of Universal Music Group. What's this motherfucker? See, he's put Diddy up, and they sacrificing Diddy. They said, take this. We can't be involved. But Diddy's smart. He filmed every. So he was and the freak boy that run Universal Music Group. So he got them on some. Now that's why they raiding the house, because they got friends in Homeland Security and the feds, and they said get in there and get them tapes from this kind of blackmailers. That's what I believe is going on. Because, you know, Homeland Security, they came in there with tanks down there, military 25 deep, 30 deep for one dancing. Say what? One dancing 50 goddamn troops at his goddamn mansion. It's not Suge Knight, it's Diddy, y'all. He gonna dance him to death? I mean, what the
Properties owned by Diddy were raided yesterday by Homeland Security as part of an ongoing investigation into the music mogul, who's been accused of.
Now, isn't it ironic that, you know, HSI's there, the military, Homeland Security is, anyway, the militarization of the police department has just gotten out of all these on army gear like they going to war at somebody's mansion, all right? Now, part two of this. I mean, what the you gonna tear up the man's house? It's just, and you didn't put where you found it. You sons of bitch. You sons of bitch. You sons of bitch. I want to know who told the camera crews that they were going down there to raid his house. They already set up, had the satellites, the helicopters that all over the top. The aerial view, I mean, you know, just to, you know, sensationalize the story. This is what I'm saying, somebody's behind this staged, right? Because if it's really just a quick, fast hit on the ain't gonna call the press and say, we about to hit Puffy's crib. You're just gonna hit the crib. Have to hear about that through the grapevine and rush down there as quick as they can. But no, we seen the aerial shot of them driving up and arriving at this crib. Somebody's behind it, somebody way up the ladder, and I think that ladder is the head of Universal Music Group.
Say baby oil! My hidden talents really can't be discussed on national television because it involves excessive amounts of baby oil, low lights, and moaning. You gotta be a baby oil professional. Now, most people don't have a microwave in their bedroom. I've installed one because I need hot baby oil at handy. Here's a couple of low-budget ways to accomplish it. Run a sink full of hot water and just lay that bottle of baby oil in there for about 15 minutes. Turn it and let it heat up like that. Here's another way to apply warm baby oil. Take a washcloth, run it under the hot water till you can't stand it anymore. Then wring it out. Then saturate the washcloth with the baby oil. Then take the hot washcloth over there to the bed. Then as you need it, wring it a little bit and go to work.
So this is the new story going around.
Years later, the tension returned during the 2017 Def Comedy Jam reunion. It was intended to be a celebration of renowned comedians, but according to sources, the night became unpleasant. Dave Chappelle took a minute to compliment Cat Williams, calling him one of the most real and brave comics of their time. The crowd shouted heartily, giving Cat the attention he had long earned, but something about that moment made Steve Harvey noticeably uneasy. Witnesses claim he kept interrupting, attempting to shift focus back to himself. Cedric the Entertainer and Ricky Smiley attempted to back him up, but their laughing felt forced. Insiders interpreted Harvey's reply as insecurity masked as fun. The people could feel it too. Cat stood quietly, smiling, knowing that the audience was with him. That night, Cat demonstrated that respect and humor cannot be purchased. It must be earned. And for men like Harvey, that reality may have been hard to swallow, particularly when they built their image on control and power.
Well, let me ask you this. When have you ever seen this many heavy hitters all together at the same time, in the same room? Yeah.
Cat Williams subsequently turned his attention to Cedric the Entertainer. He accused Cedric of taking his finest closing joke from Bet's Comic View and used it word for word in the Kings of Comedy tour. Cat claimed that he had performed the original version years previously, and Cedric merely modified tiny aspects to make it look fresh. For Cat, this wasn't about ego. It was about respect and integrity. He stated true comedians built their careers on creativity, not imitation. He went as far as stating Cedric's comedy special was so unoriginal that it didn't deserve to be on big streaming services. Fans started watching previous video and seeing parallels, which gave legitimacy to Kat's accusations. Cedric never completely addressed the charge, preferring quiet over confrontation. To Kat, the stillness said volumes. It proved that Hollywood protects its favorites while disregarding the ones who dare to criticize the establishment. The entire event highlighted how some comedians rise by stomping on others instead of standing on their own skill. Perhaps the most heartbreaking element of Kat Williams' narrative concerns the late Bernie Mac. Kat has alleged that Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Ricky Smiley worked together to impede Bernie's popularity. According to DJ Ed Lover, Bernie himself has admitted feeling deceived by his own friends. Kat feels Bernie Mac was punished unjustly because his honesty and unvarnished manner made some individuals in authority uncomfortable. Bernie was renowned for being blunt and unfiltered, which made him both liked by fans and feared by his rivals. Kat makes a parallel between Bernie's troubles and his own, saying that both men suffered because they refused to comply. Behind the laughs and stage lights, Kat thinks there was envy, manipulation, and backroom dealings. The thought that 3 strong comedians would have collaborated against one of their own startled many in the comedy industry. It made many ponder whether greatness in Hollywood genuinely rests on skill or on playing the correct political game behind closed doors. Kat Williams is not the only one who has commented about Steve Harvey's apparent habit of mimicry. Comedian Mark Curry, noted for his performance in Hangin' with Mr. Cooper, said that Harvey not only stole jokes but also swiped whole ideas for his television program.
Is Kat Williams gonna show up? I'm nervous as hell.
You're missing at one point. It is about that. It is about that because he's the only black man that we already established has $1 billion for making movies. He's the only black man with his own studio, but he's also putting out material where he got a goddamn dress on every year.
Because
audience for it.
Curry said that the Steve Harvey show stole ideas, characters, and setups that were practically similar to his own show.
Kat Williams, the GOAT, man. He's an awesome guy. He's like a brother to me.
Yeah.
You know, he's giving me so much. He's giving me wisdom. The dude got wisdom. He got wisdom beyond wisdom, you know. And, you know, a lot of times I rap to him and, you know, I talk to him about it. He gets me right. He the only one can get me right.
Yeah.
He can look at me and get me right. So he is incredible. He is a genius. He's the genius. And people got to remember, he doing Coliseums, fool.
Yeah.
He doing Coliseums, sold out Coliseums. He could do them twice if he wanted. Kat is in his world. He let me do whatever I want to do. He's the only one who ever took me out.
Okay.
Steve Harvey situation.
Right.
Listen to this. No one knows this.
Okay.
You know?
You jammed up Steve Harvey for taking jokes,
Yeah,
right?
but taking jokes. He tried to, you know, he catch a fade. So you from the town, you gonna catch a fade wherever you are.
You was trying to fight him.
No.
Okay.
We don't try to fight.
He claimed Harvey's goal was not financial, but personal, a desire to replicate the manner that made Curry successful. These assertions garnered attention because they mirrored the identical issues expressed by Kat Williams and others. They all identified Harvey as someone who utilizes others' ingenuity to remain relevant. Hollywood insiders claim this pattern of mimicry is widespread among famous personalities who are more focused on branding than art. Kat Williams highlighted this as another example of how artificial success frequently overshadows true brilliance. It reinforced the perception that the entertainment business rewards those who follow along, not those who stand alone.
You let Ricky Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Kat Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike. And Kat Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now let's 3 quick points. You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is the Ricky Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know
he shouldn't be able. You wouldn't let a athlete that been on steroids talk about one of the greats. Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting it. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
He couldn't have played that role like you. I thought he was...
Sir, no one... Why no... He was with KD? He beat up Terry Crews? Why nobody know this story? You talking about in Hollywood, they switched off roles. You take this and he... What?
The rivalry between Cat Williams and Ricky Smiley stretches back to the early 2000s during the production of Friday After Next. Cat became a national figure with his appearance as Money Mike. But behind the scenes, he claims Smiley attempted to steal credit for nearly obtaining the position. Cat claimed that he included a special stipulation in his contract to make sure he never had to share screen time with Smiley unless Smiley wore a dress. Later, when Smiley featured in the film First Sunday wearing one, Cat regarded it as evidence that Smiley would do anything for a job. Smiley, of course, refuted this report, but it left followers split. Some trust Cat's version because of his reputation of being honest, but others believed he overstated the incident. The truth may never be known, but the friction between the two comedians represents something broader about Hollywood, a system that frequently puts artists against each other while strong forces in the background pull the strings.
Harvey is going down with the diddler. My sources very close to me told me about 25 years ago, Steve Harvey went to a freak-off, right? I knew some security guards who had seen it happen. He goes to a freak-off. Him and Diddy allegedly had relations. We all know Diddy has 90 terabytes of footage of freak-offs. What happened? Reportedly, Diddy has been blackmailing Steve Harvey for the last 25 years. And even sicker that I've heard, Diddy was dating his daughter. And so was Diddy's son was dating Steve Harvey's daughter. And reports and security guards close to me tell me that Diddy just uses his daughter as an ATM machine to get back all those years of blackmail that he has been taking away from Steve Harvey. I am sorry if he is one of your most favorite TV show hosts. He's one of mine as well, but the news must come to light. And yes, Steve Harvey is involved, allegedly.
Over time, Cat Williams began detailing what he dubbed a secret comedy circle. He stated that Steve Harvey, Cedric the Entertainer, and Ricky Smiley were part of a clique that safeguarded each other's careers while keeping out anybody who didn't follow their standards. According to him, this gang steals humor, manipulates contracts, and controls chances for others. Samuel L. Jackson allegedly said that these comedians are scared of Cat because he cannot be bought or silenced. Cat does not belong to any network or business circle, which makes him tougher to govern. What bothers them even more, according to several sources, is that Cat has retained information, including suspected recordings tied to Diddy.
Did Steve Harvey make Lori Harvey date Diddy? What's up with that?
Of course. And allegedly, Mary Harvey has said so. Steve Harvey also has a very inappropriate relationship with the diddler. And the truth is, a lot of these older men push their daughters to hook up with their celebrity friends so that they can keep the favor machine going. I just don't know with the way Diddy rock, like, how do you share with your daughter? you know, like they share that experience now. Well, what'd he do to you, baby? Like what? This thing.
That may reveal secret activities in Hollywood. Kat's independence and bravery make him unpredictable, and that unpredictability is precisely what makes strong guys anxious. To them, Kat symbolizes the one thing they cannot manage: truth without compromise.
Because Steve Harvey's behavior shows a pattern of loyalty to some real questionable characters, and this whole situation with Lori Harvey is just the latest chapter. I mean, if he's willing to push his own daughter into Diddy's arms, what else would he be covering up behind closed doors? And let's take a closer look at the company Steve's been keeping over the years. One name that immediately comes to mind: Bill Cosby.
9 women have filed a new assault lawsuit against Bill Cosby in Nevada.
This comes only weeks after that state passed a law eliminating the statute of limitations for civil cases. In the lawsuit, the women accuse Cosby of using his power, fame, and prestige to isolate and assault them. In total, more than 60 women have publicly accused Cosby of abuse, ranging from groping to. Many of the allegations are from decades ago, but are coming up now as states change their statutes of limitations.
One of Cat Williams' most contentious assertions surrounds what he terms the men in dresses notion. Over the years, numerous male comedians, notably Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, have performed on TV disguised as women. While others perceive it as lighthearted fun, Cat feels it is a secret ritual that assesses who is prepared to bow to Hollywood's control. He claims those who agree to it generally obtain better prospects, while those who reject are discreetly banned. This theory has inspired long-running allegations about hidden organizations and unwritten norms in the entertainment business. Cat has frequently declared he would never wear a dress for any job, no matter the remuneration. To him, it's not about costume or humor, it's about principle. Fans appreciate him for holding steady, while skeptics view his statements as conspiratorial. Yet, when so many patterns repeat themselves, it gets difficult to ignore. Maybe Cat isn't insane. Maybe he's simply too honest for a system predicated on quiet.
Def Comedy Jam 25. It's good to see so many funny people together in one room, all wondering the same thing. Is Cat Williams gonna show up? I'm nervous as hell right now.
Satan and all shady are my enemy. I don't run from the fight. I'm not scared of consequences, because if you're scared of consequences, then that means that breeds fear, and fear means you gonna stop. And we can't ever afford to stop.
Even Snoop. You understand? A lot of more people, their career went up when they sat on this man's lap as the director. You understand? Oh, man. And that's why a lot of them sold their soul to be on the director chair.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024.
Cat Williams said it. The lawsuit started coming out right after he said it, and he said all would be exposed. He heavily implied, and this is again an allegation, that Lucien Grange was having some sort of a relationship with Diddy.
Remember when Cat Williams dropped those Club Shay Shay nukes and everyone dubbed him crazy? Steve Harvey felt so frightened he couldn't even complete discussions about it. But now, as government witnesses identify Snoop Dogg in secret testimony and Kim Porter's True Journal appears with incriminating images, every outrageous thing Cat uttered is becoming federal evidence. What you're going to witness isn't gossip or hearsay. It's a prophet being vindicated in real time. While Hollywood scrambles to separate itself from Diddy's enterprise, the names Cat dropped are being read in federal courtrooms. The mainstream media depicted him as a comic experiencing breakdowns. But what if I told you that every single crazy forecast Cat Williams made has become federal evidence,